Good morning class. Today again we will continue the chapter Nationalism in India. Yesterday we discussed that three satyagraha was started by Gandhiji after he returned from South Africa. That means in Champaran, second one was in Kheda district of Gujarat, and third one was in Gujarat. After that he wanted to start a broad-based nationwide movement, and he started the movement in against of the Rowlatt Act. So in against of the Rowlatt Act, he wanted to start a new satyagraha. And what was Rowlatt Act? Actually, it was the act who gave the enormous powers to the government to repress the political activities of the Indian satyagrahis. And what was the problem is this law was hurriedly passed without any opposition of the Indian members. So in against of this only, Gandhiji wanted a non-violent civil disobedience, and he started a hartal on 6th April. Just because of this Rowlatt Act, he started a civil disobedience, as he started a movement, and because of this law, rallies were organized and people started going on a strike, railway workshops and the shops was closed down. And because of this alarming situation, the British government also decided to stop the activities of the Indian nationalists. The maximum local leaders were picked up from Amritsar. Even Gandhiji was also not allowed to enter in Delhi, and General Dyer took command and he imposed the martial law, and this responsibility was taken by General Dyer. Here also it is written that Jallianwala Bagh incident took place on 13th April. That means this incident took place in Amritsar on 13th April. Maximum people were crowded over there. Some people came for the Baisakhi fair. Some people came in against of the government's new repressive measures. So because of that, only General Dyer took command to control the situation. He entered that area, he blocked the area, and he just opened fire on the crowd. In this incident, 100 of the people were died. And when this news was spreaded in the different areas, crowds took to the streets in many North Indian towns. The effect of the incident, people went on the strikes, clashes with the police was started, people started attacking on the government buildings. And in reaction of the Indian satyagrahis and in reaction of the Indian people, British government also reacted in the same way. They responded with the brutal repression. They also responded in the same way. They started humiliating and terrorized the Indian satyagrahis, and even they forced the Indian satyagrahis to rub their noses in front of the government officials or sahibs. They forced them to crawl on the streets also, and even maximum people were beaten by the British officers, and maximum places were bombed. So after seeing all such humiliation, after seeing all such violence, Gandhiji called off this movement. Now after this Rowlatt Act, the new topic is Khilafat movement, because we know that in this movement Gandhiji saw lot of violence. So because of that only he called off this movement. So after that he wanted to spread the widespread movement, because earlier the movement was limited to the cities and the towns, but this time he wanted nationwide movement. And this type of the movement was not at all possible without the unity of the Hindus and Muslims. So he got the opportunity to use the issue of a Khalifas, that means the Khilafat movement. What was the Khilafat movement? After the First World War, when it was ended with the defeat of the Ottoman Turkey. That means after the First World War, maximum rumors was there that harsh treaty was imposed on the Ottoman Empire. He was the spiritual head of Ottoman. He was a spiritual head, or maybe we can say spiritual head of the Islamic world, Khalifa. So when this rumor was spreaded in India also, the rumor was spreaded that harsh treaty was imposed on Khalifa. So to defend the Ottoman Empire, Khilafat Committee was formed in Bombay in March 1919 under the leadership of two brothers, Muhammad Ali and Shaukat Ali. These were the two leaders, and after getting their help, Gandhiji saw this is a good opportunity to unite Hindus and Muslims, and the nationwide movement is not at all possible without the Hindus and Muslim unity, and this was the good opportunity. Gandhiji saw that Khilafat movement as an opportunity to bring Hindus and Muslims under the one umbrella. So at last, at Calcutta Congress session in September 1920, Gandhiji convinced the other Congress leaders to start the non-cooperation movement in support of Khilafat as well as Swaraj. So this question maximum time asked in the map also. Okay, that means where this non-cooperation movement was started, in which Congress session it was started. Okay, after that your new topic is non-cooperation. Okay, now the first sentence, Gandhiji's famous book is Hind Swaraj. This is also a 1 mark question. This book was written by Gandhiji in 1909, and in this book Gandhiji declared that British government British Empire was established in India because of the Indians only. Without the cooperation of the Indians, it was not possible for the Britishers to expand their colonies. And because of the cooperation, if the Indians will not do cooperation, British rule would collapse within a month. That means it would finish within a month if Indians will not cooperate with the Britishers. So he wanted to start the non-cooperation movement. So he wanted that movement should start with the surrender of the government titles. That means he wanted to start this movement in stages. So in the first stage, he wanted that Indians should surrender the government titles. Government title, that means whatever the government position was given by the Britishers to Indians. Just like maximum Indians were working as a civil servants, maximum people were working in army, police, courts, legislative councils, in schools, and they were using their foreign goods also. So what was the idea of Gandhiji? That Indians should surrender, that means they should give up these positions and they should boycott the foreign goods also. And through the summer of 1920, Muhammad Ali and Shaukat Ali, they both toured so many areas and they started getting the support from the public for the movement. And after that, many members within the Congress were reluctant to boycott the council election because Gandhiji wanted that people would surrender the titles which was given by the British government. But there was an intense tussle within the Congress. Reason behind, because in the month between September and December, they were reluctant because the council elections were scheduled for November 1920, and they feared that the movement might lead to the popular violence. Because of that, people were not agree, and among the Congress also, some were supporters and some were opponents, and both the parties were not able to come on the same point. So finally, at the Congress session in December 1920, a compromise was done and the non-cooperation movement was accepted. This is also your 1 mark question, that at which place or maybe in which Congress session the non-cooperation movement was adopted. So in Nagpur you have to mention in the map. Now after that is the big question, when this non-cooperation movement was started, how it started in the different stages, who were the people who participated in it, what are the different social groups, and how the different social groups conceived the idea of the non-cooperation movement. I said whenever the movement was started by Gandhiji, always people took the meaning of those movements according to their own way. Just like farmers took the way relaxation in the revenue, business people took the way of this movement that they will get the relaxation in the custom duties. So that means all the social group people were taking in the different manner. Just like Muslims or the scheduled caste people were taking that they will also get the opportunity in the politics. So every social group took the meaning of the non-cooperation movement in the different manner. So now let's start one by one social group. Let's start the first group, how the movement was started in town. Maximum middle class people participated in this movement. And after this, when this movement was started, maximum students left their schools, headmasters, teachers, they resigned from their positions, lawyers also give up their services in their legal practices. Maximum people started boycotting the foreign goods, and the council elections were also boycotted in most of the areas, but except in Madras. Why in Madras? Because the non-Brahmins felt that entering in the council will give them a way to get some power and something that usually only Brahmins had access to. That means maximum elections was boycotted, council elections was boycotted in the different areas except in Madras, because in the Madras Brahmins felt that after winning the election they will get some position in the politics which supposed to be held by the Brahmins only. After that, liquor shops was picketed, foreign goods was boycotted, and because of when the non-cooperation movement was started, when the people started boycotting the foreign goods, they started picketed the liquor shops, they started burning the foreign clothes also. So because of that, import value dropped, because we know that Indians were purchasing maximum textiles, the Manchester goods was imported, and maximum Indians were purchasing the Manchester goods. So when the foreign goods were boycotted, on that time the import value was reduced from rupees 102 crores to 57 crores. And in maximum places, merchants and traders also refused to sell the foreign goods and to finance the foreign trade also. Slowly, when the boycott movement was spreaded, people started discarding the imported clothes, and because of that only the production of the Indian textile went up. That means Indian textile or Indian industries, Indian handlooms started working in the multiple shifts. They also started getting the benefits. But movement in these cities gradually slowed down, because all these steps was started by the Indians, but we were not having any substitute of all such things. When students are leaving the school, on that time we were not having any substitute schools. Similarly, headmaster, teachers, lawyers were not having the substitute services. So because of that only this movement was slowly gets down. And we know that when Indians started boycotting the foreign clothes or the goods, on that time Indians were using khadi, and khadi was more expensive as compared to the Manchester goods, and it was not easy for the poor people to afford it. Similarly, when the people were boycotting the foreign goods, on that time also it was not easy for the Indians to purchase the khadi. Similarly, when they were boycotting the British institutions, when they surrendered their titles, not a single Indian institution was there to set up, or maybe which could be used in the place of the British institutions. So because of that only students and teachers, they again go back to the school, government schools, and lawyers again joined back the work. So because of that only the movement in the town was slowed down. Now how the other social groups took the meaning of the non-cooperation movement, that I will start by tomorrow.